Hey everybody, Megan here from Rooted Ridge Homestead. I had hinted a week or two ago about a project I'd been working on, and it's pretty much finished. It's in operable order anyways, so I wanted to show you guys what I've been working on. So essentially we had an old wood boiler that heated our house, and it was probably 30 plus years old, but it served its purpose, and it was going to cost almost as much to repair it as it would have to just buy a new one. So we ended up getting a new one. Still Heatmaster. Loving this new stove. It's more efficient than our old one. It's smaller than our old one. But anyways, because it's smaller than our old one, it only has one return line and one supply line. And our old one had one of each, but we didn't really use the second one. But after kind of deciding I was going to get this one, I was riding home from the dealer, which is like a 2-hour drive or so, and my brain had time to think. So I was like, you know what? People heat a lot of other things with their outdoor hot water boilers. Why not try and do something else with it besides just heat our house? And so I started getting my wheels turning about making a stock tank heater for our cows. And so what we've done is we put a split in both the return and the supply. The valve over here goes to our house. That's the existing pipes that were already here from the old boiler. And then the line that's over here, we added a new insulated pipe that goes down into the ground. And that heads over by our new fence out here. So we ended up renting a mini excavator and trenching in a water line for our house to go here. And then this is right next to the boiler to easily fill it up. And right next to that, we put in this underground insulated pipe as well, which continues over here past the chicken coop, which we hit clay over here. And the first excavator we rented was a 1-ton from Home Depot and couldn't get through the clay, so we had to rent a bigger excavator for cheaper than the Home Depot one, 3 times the size, to finish the job. So anyways, the trench comes out over here. This is the cow fence that we had recently put in. We got another hydrant here for easy access to fill up both the stock tank and eventually, I think we're gonna put the chicken run over here. But let me go inside and I'll show you all the neat work in the stock tank. I'm surprised I don't have visitors over here yet with the cows coming over. So, there we go. Let me see if I have a way of... Okay, so here's our stock tank. It needs to be refilled, so perfect timing. I'm gonna take this out and dump it for right now. Because then I can show you guys the guts down under here. But down inside of here, we've got a heat exchanger. And that's where the insulated pipe comes up from the boiler. And down in here, I have a little temperature gauge. And then my stock tank, perfectly nests inside of the one that's buried in the ground. Just like that. And I have this additional temperature gauge that sits in there to read the water temperature. And so far, it's been working out absolutely perfectly. We had freezing temps last night and kept my water at 50 degrees. Perfect temperature for cows to drink is water temps that are between 45 and 65 degrees Fahrenheit. So I could not be more happy with how this has turned out so far. Let me latch the gate here and we'll start filling it up. But we've got our temperature gauge is currently underneath a little bucket here. So don't think they're waterproof. But I don't know if you can read that. About 60 degrees on that one. So that's 61 degrees. This is down underneath the stock tank. Holding pretty close there, around 61. And this one, it's gonna drop right now because of the water in the tank, but 39 degrees at the moment. Once that heats up with the water in the stock tank, it's already heating up. 39.4, 39.5. I guess some of that could be the water coming out. It's warmer from being underground, but it should hold at about 50 degrees once we've got this all back full and ready for the cows again. But I'm happy with how it turned out. Eventually we've got an electric line run out here, so that got buried in the trench with the insulated pipe, and we will be putting in like a control station here. So the temperature gauges will be mounted on like a post or something, and we'll have an outlet on the post as well for them to plug into. They run off a USB, so I've got a special GFCI outlet that's got USB inputs on it, so I don't even have to use a brick. And then I still have the openings with the regular outlets if I need to run something else out here. So either way, I'm pretty happy with how the project turned out. Holding at a nice 50 degrees. That's gonna save a lot on the electric bill. Last year we were running heated hoses and stock tank fillers and stock tank heaters, and our electric bill was like $450 a month. And with lovely Whitmer approving hikes for consumers, that's probably gonna be going up some more this year. So this is a nice easy way for us to heat, and we've got plenty of wood from the project when we took out all the trees. So we have plenty of wood to heat our house and heat this. And it did not change the efficiency on our boiler at all. That was another thing I was worried about. It wasn't any different last night than it was any other night prior to this. So I'm excited. I think it's working. I'll keep you updated if something changes. Bye for now.